Welcome to the Art of Awareness. I am Lori Duthie, and I am super excited to have Darrius Barnes here today, who is the president of the ACGR, the Athletic Club of Grand Rapids, new to Grand Rapids, and building out our professional soccer team.
That was quite the intro. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
President Barnes.
Thank you.
It's so lovely to have you here. May I call you Darrius?
Please do.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
Good. How are you feeling?
Fantastic.
It's kind of good Michigan weather.
Yeah, this is the weather everyone sold me on. So
I have to ask you,
about
were you recruited in the winter or the summer? Like,
No.
when was the hard push?
fall in the winter.
I worked in HR for years, and I always looked at Michigan, and I'm like, oh, it's hard to recruit someone in January.
But if you can recruit in January, then you can recruit whenever.
It's true.
Right?
It's a skill test. It's a competency test. Oh,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah, I'm not sure I'd qualify for your team. So tell me first, where did you move from?
Yeah, so my family and I, we moved from Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm originally from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay.
So I'm a Southern boy at heart, country
Yep.
roots. But no, it's been great to relocate to the Midwest. We've kind of been all over. Like I said, born in the South.
Yep.
Lived in the Northeast for quite some time. Lived in Boston for
Okay.
about 8-9 years. Lived in New York for about 4 years. And so I've been acclimated to the cold weather. So I wasn't too turned off or scared of the cold weather.
Okay, so it really didn't scare you. And here we are in the summers, and I do believe hardship teaches you the value of our delightful summers.
Yeah, I mean, you got
Nobody's summers like Michigan.
That's true. That's what I'm starting to realize.
Yeah.
That's what I'm starting to realize.
And you can't find anyone in the summer. I'm always like, it's 2 p.m. Why is the hospital shut down? I
Yeah.
can't even schedule an appointment anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, no, everyone stays here or goes up north. My family and I, we just did our first Traverse City trip, which was
Nice.
Yeah, which it delivered.
What'd
It
you guys
certainly
do?
delivered.
And you have like little kids too.
Yeah, so we went up for it was my daughter's first birthday. So she just turned 1 on June 9th.
Congratulations.
Thank you
The
very
first
much. We
year is
made it-
fierce
made it through the
love.
year.
Yep.
Yeah,
Not
we
a lot of sleep.
We survived, so now she can take care of herself. My son's birthday was on Juneteenth.
Okay.
Yeah, so we just celebrated his 4th birthday. So we kind of did like a
Nice.
Traverse family trip birthday.
Mhm.
Started to combine everything.
His
in
birthday
one.
is Juneteenth.
Yeah. So it was.
Do you celebrate as a family? Because I feel like when we were in California, we celebrated Juneteenth. And I feel like this year, lots of people were celebrating Juneteenth, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's great to really start to see it become a recognized.
It's such a
holiday.
historical moment
Yes.
in U.S. history.
Mhm.
And yeah.
But which a lot of people didn't realize, right?
No.
That before COVID, right? And I think a lot of things were highlighted after COVID.
After COVID.
Mhm.
Yep. I
So it's been
really
great to
think
see.
that is, and I know certainly, I don't think I realize the historical significance. Do you want to explain it, or do you want to test me and my anthropological knowledge?
Let's test you.
Shoot. Okay.
You asked for the test. You
I know
can't-
I
you
did.
can't not
I
take the
offered
test
this
after
up.
offering to take the test.
It's important to be authentic in your ignorance. That's what I've learned in my 53 years.
You know what? Whatever we don't know, we learn, right?
Right. So it was the point when the U.S. sent word to Texas to say the slaves have been freed,
Mhm.
and the Texas generals said, okay, and they actually enforced it.
Yeah, I mean that's
The freedom from slavery from people who had not heard about it, so that it was not this wait for it to trickle in. It was actually official with administration backing.
yeah, and it was being able to communicate for slaves that had
Yep.
not been able to get that message from, if you think back to
Right.
those dates, message doesn't travel as fast as it
Freedom
does now.
sometimes freedom is
right?
not grassroots all the time.
Exactly,
You can fight for
exactly.
grassroots, but you need the top down message. And I mean, I've always thought, to me, that's like such an important moment where the country stood up.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. And I think also it's more of a, I was having this conversation the other day around Juneteenth. It's more of a lot of people look at it as like historical and like reflection, which it is some of that, but it's more of a celebratory moment, right? If you think about July 4th and what that means to us as a country, right?
Independence.
Juneteenth is the
Freedom.
same way. It's freedom, it's independence, it's celebratory. And so,
And celebratory of watching our country work and watching the systems and processes work. Yeah.
So it's with all that said, I just think it's great that we've gotten to a point where we're able to celebrate and interweave that. Like we had our World Cup watch party on Friday with the Soccer Rebellion and DGRI. Watched the U.S. Australia match, but being able to weave in and collaborate, Juneteenth programming and festivities into that, and just watch the community actually like come together. Yeah, it's celebratory and community building.
Okay, so we're in this community in West Michigan. I am admittedly so nervous about this. I am not a sporty person.
You look sporty.
I know, because I dress up nicely. I can wear a costume. I do love my
that's where you feel. You said costume. We're not.
But no, but it's not. No, because my husband told me there's two things I need to know about talking about soccer. It is a pitch and it is a kit. And I thought about pitch because I thought about baseball, and then I was like, no, they don't pitch in baseball, in soccer. So then I realized it's the field, and the kit is your uniform.
You're halfway there.
I'm coming around.
Yeah.
I'm coming around. I mean, I will say I've only been to several collegiate women's soccer games, but I enjoy them. It is fast moving. It is easy enough to follow, like what happens.
It's 90 minutes.
What would be if you had to do a sales point to a non-sporty person right now, like why soccer, Darrius Barnes? Like, why will I fall in love with soccer?
Soccer it's the global game. It's the beautiful game, right? I don't think there's any other sport in the world that connects people like soccer does. I think it's a microcosm of the world, just in terms of like players and cultures, and it's a universal language. Yeah. Right. I think no matter where you are in the world, if you roll a ball out, people are going to know what to do with it. I don't think that's the same for every
But I kind of like that. It's a bit like basketball. It's accessible. It is, and unlike basketball, it truly is global.
Yeah, which I mean, a lot of sports are claiming to be global these days. I think,
but they're working really, really hard.
Absolutely.
At doing it. And I can remember so I lived in China 20 years. World Cup would happen, the town would shut down. Like everyone would leave the offices. We would meet up at different bars and restaurants and all watch it from every nation. I mean, Shanghai's like New York. It's very global. And that to me is really interesting because I do like to razz people about their various teams since I'm not sporty and I don't really have skin in the game.
Well, that's going to change.
It is going to change, isn't it? It's going to change.
It has to change. It will change.
So tell me.
We'll make a fan out of you.
I'm wildly curious as to what you do as president. I'm guessing you're not in control over whether we have hot dogs or Wagyu beef steaks. What do you do as president? Like, what is your role?
Yeah, well, I mean, that could technically fall under like other duties as assigned.
Can we keep to hot dogs? I really love hot dogs. It's still in the job
description that was provided to me. But for me, it's about I'm helping kind of maintain and make sure that the whole scope of the club and business is operating, efficiently. And so really my job is kind of broken down into the two sides. I have the business operation side and the sporting operation side. Okay. So from a business operations side, a lot of that is our marketing, our brand awareness, our community engagement, how we're partnering in the community. And then if you look at specific kind of revenue generating functions, our ticket sales, our sponsorship, merchandise, all that kind of falls underneath my purview. But, you don't do anything without having a great team behind you. So
Are you
we're in the
recruiting
process.
players as well, or is that more on coach level?
That'll be on the sporting operations side.
Okay.
And so on the sporting operations side, we'll have kind of my counterpart, our VP of sporting operations strategy, kind of like
Yep.
a sporting director that's going to support me in building the coaching staff, finding the players, building the roster, scouting, recruitment of players. And so all that kind of sits on the sporting operations side, and then the
Okay.
commercial operations on the business side.
So, having worked in different professional soccer clubs around the U.S., what do you think is unique to Grand Rapids, or what, when you're looking at all of this planning for the community, for marketing, is there something you're like, oh, this is kind of uniquely Grand Rapids, or here's kind of what I'm hoping to do?
Yeah, I think we have what I've been excited about since being in Grand Rapids is just like the collaborative nature that the city already embodies. And, it doesn't take much to get a decision, whether it's a decision you want or don't want, but you know how to get there, right? And
Yeah.
You know the key people, stakeholders involved, and, where to get the answer from. And people, if we agree that we want to get something done, we know how to bring the right people together, get them in a room to figure out a way to find a solution, or there's a challenge. What is the solution to that challenge? And so I think people in Grand Rapids and the community of Grand Rapids collaborates like no other community I've been a part of. And I think that's certainly unique. But if you're from here, you might not know anything different, but there are challenges in other places. Which I'm sure
Having
you've
been
seen.
in other places, I always like to say we're perfectly purple.
Yeah.
Like we all get together in the same rooms, in the same, be it a conference room, be it a community hall, be it, a fire pit.
Yeah.
We're all in the same, well, this time of year, we're on the same pontoon boats.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when we think about community outreach, I'm curious to know, like, do you have stuff in the works or are you looking for stuff? Like, where are you at with community outreach, and what can the community do to support you?
Yeah, I think it's all the above. I mean, we're working on kind of a strategic plan of what our community initiatives, will be. We want to make sure it's whatever we do, we want it to be impactful. I think that's the word that I always come back to. We're not just doing things just to do them or just to say that we're supporting the community, but like, what can we do to actually be impactful? Because soccer's an impactful sport.
It really is, and I think. And I guess I ask this because I feel like it is such a global sport, and it is truly in every nation, North, South, hemisphere, whatever terms we want to put around it. But often in the U.S., I think it's been read as an overly less diverse sport.
Yeah.
And our community in Grand Rapids is increasingly diverse. But I wonder your thoughts on that. And like, am I misreading that? Because again, I'm not sporty spice. I'm just artsy spice. But
Sports and arts go together, but
they do. And we're going to come back to
all right.
that.
What I'll say to that, I think the sport is becoming way more diverse than it used to be, which I think is absolutely fantastic just to see, an array of different ethnicities, nationalities playing the sport here domestically and internationally. But we make it way too complicated and complex to access the sport, which is something I think we want to
What do you mean by
address.
that? Like, what becomes complicated to access the sport?
We talked about earlier, all you need is a ball to play soccer, a ball and goals, right? You just need a space. You can play on street courts. You can play on bumpy grass pitches. You can play on turf. You can play on flat
figure
grass
it out.
pitches.
All you need is a park or an empty lot somewhere.
Exactly. And they figured that out across the pond a long time ago, which is where the sport was invented. And a lot of the best football, soccer players in the world, grew up playing in the streets. But here domestically, there's all these different obstacles and barriers, and more so from a financial constraint standpoint that makes it difficult to play the game. We're asking families to pay $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a year for their kid to play a sport that they love to play, and the equipment isn't even that expensive, right? And I feel like that's something that needs to be addressed here, for us to be able to have the best players playing the sport, for
I
more
think
people to
around
be
the
attracted to the
U.S.,
sport.
you just think about lost talent.
Yeah. And you think like iron
Yeah.
sharpens iron, right? So if you have the best players competing without that barrier or constraint, and you're only, we're only allowing affluent players or the people that have the
Right.
means to, play this sport, that just restricts and excludes a large pool, of players and families, ethnicities, right?
Right.
From entering or accessing the sport. So it's something that's a passion of mine. If I said I
It's
had
like,
the right
how do we
answer,
break down these fences and, get people in on merit, on talent, on interest?
yeah.
How did you find soccer?
Yeah, so I really found it by accident. Really by accident, which is, I think
most of us at this
Yeah.
age in our life, we're like, oh, I found my way by accident. But what was your accident?
yeah, so I was sitting in a duck goose circle in kindergarten with a guy, his name was Zach Adams, who ended up becoming one of my best friends during school age. But his dad pretty much ran like rec soccer programs in the little town that I grew up right outside of Raleigh called Knightdale, North Carolina. And, we just became buddies from playing duck goose in kindergarten.
Oh
and
my
then his
gosh.
dad asked me to, come join their rec soccer league, just because me and his son just kind of enjoyed hanging out with each other. And from there, it just took off.
I love that.
Played challenge and then all the elite level. We played on a team called the Bad Boys at UA.
Bad Boys.
Yeah, it's probably, I don't know if that
Tell
name
me
would
you didn't
fly
go
back then.
bad boys, bad boys.
We tried to get that to catch on, but I don't think our parents really appreciated
No,
it.
I don't think that was probably what they were going for.
Right. But yeah, it was, that was really just where, once I got on the pitch, that's where my love and passion for the game, and that's where I found joy, was being out on the soccer field and just playing.
Am I misunderstood, or did you also find love through soccer?
Loving
Did
football,
you meet your
loving
wife
soccer.
through soccer?
Yeah. So she played on a girls team, girls youth team, of the Bad Boys.
What were they?
And I would see
The good
she
girls?
was the good girls, nasty girls. I don't know, whatever you call it. But
No, they probably weren't nasty at that age.
what she was playing on kind of a field, and they were training on the field, and we would see each other. She was a little curly headed mixed girl playing over there, and I caught my eye here and there. But we had a lot of like mutual friends at the same time, and so one thing led to another, and we got introduced, and then we never really dated at that point.
No,
in time.
because you went to Duke.
Mm-hmm.
My dad loved Duke basketball and the way they'd like all hold up newspapers when the other team came out, and it seemed so like intellectual and private schooly. Did it feel that way when you were at Duke?
I would say, I think stigma, reputation of Duke is there, but like actually going.
Oh, it's an
Duke,
amazing education.
It was fantastic, and I wouldn't trade it, for the world.
Yeah.
But I had the same kind of aura and expectation going there. I was like, oh, it's gonna be too hard. I don't know if I can do it. How am I gonna play soccer and be a student athlete at the same time?
How did you do that? I'm always very curious about student athletes. Like I taught at UCLA, and I was always very worried about my student athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you make it work? Anyone going through that, what would be your advice to them?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's part of just prioritizing your responsibilities, which is something you have to learn.
Yeah.
Like that's a skill within itself, and it's still something that I work on, and I'm not great at all the time now. Is prioritizing my time and what needs to happen now versus later.
Mm-hmm.
But that's something that I started practicing, at Duke. But I think it's also just like being committed and doing the work. That was one of the first things when I was getting recruited there. That my coach told me is like, if you do the work, you'll be fine. Like they're like players get in trouble when they just don't do the work. And
when they're not there for the education piece.
Yeah, but also having open conversations with your coaches and professors. Like if you need support, like, they're gonna they can't support you if they don't know how they can support you, right? So
I feel like
to have that conversation.
Athletics. Now I'm Gen X. You're probably Gen younger.
Slightly.
That's what I
Slightly.
refer to everyone who's
Yeah.
not Gen
Yeah.
X. I'm like, you're Gen younger.
Yeah, us millennials are getting picked on a little bit these days.
You know, you are. You're kind of smushed between Gen Z coming at you and Gen X coming at you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to feel for you, but I don't because I'm
All right.
Gen X.
The meat part of the
Yeah.
sandwich is the best anyway.
No.
So.
But I forget where I was even going with that. I took a dig at you and then I felt guilty. I was like, oh, mean Lori comes out. Mean Lori who knows nothing about sports coming at President Barnes. So after school, did you play professionally and then do it? You have an MBA.
Mm-hmm. So I played.
How did that all work out? Like, because I always think about like, okay, so you're done with college. How do you get through?
Yeah, when I was done with college, I told myself I'm never going back. Never going back to school. I was ready to be done. Like 4 years at Duke definitely did that
Yeah.
to me. I was like, I'm
Well, that's an
absolutely
intense
done.
4 years. What did you major in?
So I majored in sociology and marketing management.
Oh, it's anthropology. That's close to sociology.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, Duke was a liberal arts school, so there wasn't a traditional like business undergrad business program. So that was kind of the
I quite like that,
closest.
though. I
Yeah.
always say undergraduate gives you a lens on the world
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't
that
think
you end up using in ways you never thought.
absolutely like if I would have done I don't know poli-sci, like there's very few like majors where like you graduate and you're going to go into that field,
Right.
Unless you go to get your secondary education.
But you think
postgraduate
now about
education.
sociology and building a community and doing all the community outreach, and you're like, oh my gosh, it all came together.
But yeah, you asked me about kind of like transition
Yeah.
from playing. So I was lucky and blessed enough from Duke that I was drafted to play professionally in MLS. So I played in MLS for 8 years for New England Revolution, and then played 1 year after that.
What is MLS?
Major League Soccer.
Oh, like Major League Baseball? It's
You are
just
crushing
Major
it right
League.
now.
Look
You're
at
absolutely
me.
crushing it.
I learn fast. I know nothing, but I learn fast.
That's all we can ask is just to be a fast learner. That's it. That's all we can ask.
You're
But
so
you crushed
kind.
it. You pushed it. You put
You're
the letters
way
together
too kind,
very
because
well.
No, none of you listeners can see how much Megan and Christy, both huge soccer fans, are cracking up and making fun of me. I know pitch,
I can
know
confirm nor
kit,
deny.
and I know MLS. I am on the road.
But you use
to
context
soccer.
clues very well,
Thank you.
right?
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
So I do want to ask you, like, tell me about being a professional player. You were a professional player. What was that career like?
In some people's eyes, I was a professional player. Honestly, it was amazing.
Who did
It
you
was
play
amazing.
for?
So I played for New England Revolution
Okay.
in Major League Soccer, and then I played for New York Cosmos and then ASL. I was drafted in 2009 to New England, played up there in Boston from 09 to 16, and then wrapped up my career in 2017. Goes by way, way too quickly.
I know. What like pulled you out of it? Was it like just the lifespan of that, or
I think it was a couple things, right? Certainly injuries a little bit. I mean, the wear and tear and the grind definitely starts to take its toll. But I was a good player, but I wasn't by far like a star player by any means. And so I knew that I was going to have to transition, at some point.
Yeah.
And I never wanted to be the player that like took my career to
Too
the wheels,
long.
fell
Yeah.
off, and then not be behind on my next career.
it's funny. My mom says that as a public health nurse.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd find that connection.
Yes.
Patty, shout out.
Yeah, see?
She was like, got to know when to retire. You
Yeah.
got to know when to find what's next.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So like I thought I wanted to stay in sports and soccer, but I didn't know what it was.
Right.
And then so kind of a blessing.
Did
in
you have
disguise.
your MBA already?
No, so that came later. So
Okay.
my last year playing, it was a blessing in disguise. 2017, I was playing for a lower league team in New York Cosmos. And I kind of knew that was going to be the last year.
Mm-hmm.
But I was in New York, and it was kind of the time of my life. I'm able to meet different people. I'm able to see everything like New York has to offer. 'Cause I never thought I would live in New York. It was never a place I
And this
yearned
was
to go
New
to.
York City. Proper.
Yeah, I was living in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And so I was like, all right, this is going to be the year where I kind of like prep myself for the next phase of life. So I was kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out playing, but kind of finishing my career off. But I ended up meeting with a mentor of mine who was essentially the number 2 behind Commissioner Don Garber at MLS. His name's Gary Stevens.
Okay.
I owe everything to him. He's been still a mentor of mine, but he's just kind of like taught me the ropes on the business side and just how to maneuver a bit. But he afforded me an opportunity to come in at the MLS League office after retiring, just to understand, the commercial side of the business and understand, because I knew the on-field product, I knew the playing side of it, but I was like, I need to learn like the business behind sports, like what drives it from a financial and monetary standpoint.
So different as a player to the business side.
Absolutely. So that was kind of my first step afterwards. Like I thought about going into like finance, and I was like, but I'd just be like a finance bro, and like nothing unique about that.
Give you the black vest or
exactly.
whatever. I think
exactly.
That's
It's my quarter zip, but nothing wrong with quarter zips.
Quarter zips are what finance. Oh, that's what my husband wears from Joseph A. Banks. Shout out, Joseph A. Banks. Thank you for sponsoring my husband.
Yeah, and so, but I've always been a big believer in just like following my passion, which takes me back to 5 years old when I, fell in love with the game, right? Just following my passion, and so I wanted to follow my passion, as I transition to this next phase. Of life, and I was like, I need to be in soccer. I've been involved for 30 years at this point, and how can I help the sport grow from a different lens? So I worked at the league office in New York.
What did you do then?
So
because I like to I'm sitting here with the president of our club, and I'm like, well, what did you do then?
Yeah, so I took a very entry level role. I mean, it was essentially like a glorified internship. With the league and the corporate partnerships and partnership marketing space. Nice. So I was managing a lot of the league's marquee sponsors. You look at Adidas, Audi. Yep, exactly. 3 Stripes.
They can send me any swag they want.
MGM, SeatGeek, Body Armor.
Yeah.
And so I was seeing like what these big brands, what assets they were paying for, why they wanted to be associated with the league, like what value they got, for being associated with the league, and just seeing those different value props. And I started to see things from a different lens.
It's almost like behind the scenes, backstage.
Absolutely. And, you work with so many different, departments in the league office. Like some of these deals had, content associated. Some had community engagement components. Some had player appearances, so working with the player relations department. Some had merchandise components to it. Some had broadcast elements.
So cool. So you're starting to see the 360 vision of all of this.
Absolutely. So that was amazing for me just to get a crash course. And I already knew the on-field product, so I was able to help provide value.
You know what I like especially is the humility it takes to go like, all right, I want to learn this. And in order to retract myself, like what's a step back is not actually a step back. It's that kind of crab walk through life. Like, now I got to learn this. So I'm going to shuffle off over here.
But there's also like, there's no linear path, right? Yeah. Everyone thinks you just have to like climb up a ladder. Yeah. There's like this whole rat's race, but there's different ways to get to where you want to go. And I think, I realized that as a pro athlete, like you'll kind of like reach the pinnacle, and whatever happens after that, there's really not much more after that in that domain. And so sometimes you gotta, I don't even want to say get knocked down, but you just gotta like start a new, put a cap on that one, close it, and then you start something else. And that's kind of how I viewed the next phase of my career in transitioning from the playing field to off the playing field.
Darrius Barnes, I'm so glad you're in Grand Rapids.
I'm happy to be
I
in Grand
like the
Rapids.
spirit you're bringing
I
here. It's really fun, and I'm excited. I have a question, though.
I may have an answer.
Mm,
I hope I have an
I
answer.
why is our soccer team being called ACGR, Athletic Club Grand Rapids?
AC is just, it's kind of it's a global term. Like there's
Yeah.
AC Milan as well.
Oh, so it
There's-
has a soccer history.
It has a
to
soccer
it.
history to it. There's AC Monaco.
Okay.
So it has a soccer heritage
Yeah.
to it, but there's so many other components. Like I don't even like calling us a team because we really are a club. Like it's not just the players on the field. It's not just coaches. It's not just ownership. It's not just staff. It's really
I do
gonna
know
be
that about
comprised.
soccer, that there's a tradition of referring to the teams as clubs. And I do quite like that because it brings a sort of community feel to it.
Absolutely, and it also I think it gives us the kind of the flexibility too. Like we could bring in other entities to be a part of our club. I think we have an ambition to bring on a women's team at some point, which will be part of the club, right? And so that just there's more opportunity out there as we continue to build and bring in this community that
That's super
adding on to.
interesting.
Yeah.
I had not thought about it that way, but the term club does have an inclusivity to it.
That's it. That's what we're about.
Quite nice.
Yeah. We gotta bring us all in, right? And I think that like the community and the fans are just such a big part of the club that we build. Like everyone is actually a part of it.
Okay, so I have a question because I'm your newest fan.
I feel like I've heard that before. I have a question. I think you're just peppered with
Oh my God, I
questions.
have like endless questions. I am like the 3-year-old in your house who's constantly like, why is sky blue?
Oh,
Why is the soccer field called a pitch? Why is
That's
it
my
not a
son right
uniform?
now.
Why is it a kit?
Why? The why stage.
Sports especially is so difficult. But I'm learning. And I'm an eager learner. So, what do I need to do now? First of all, I have on a very generic cap. I did choose Adidas because of their commitment to soccer. German brand, but I couldn't find a Grand Rapids soccer brand, so I'd love your advice there.
Okay.
But how do I start to get some swag? Because I'm kind of about swag because I'm trying to dress the part right now. This is part one of my question.
We can get you fully outfitted, not fully outfitted yet.
When can
but
I?
we can get you fully outfitted.
When's that
soon.
gonna happen?
So we're working on kind of bringing out a larger assortment of AC Grand Rapids gear. We'll be launching our e-commerce site soon, and so we'll start to scale out.
So I find that
products.
through your website.
Yep. You'll find it on our website. Just go to the website acgrandrapids.com. It's not live yet, but it'll be there soon. And we'll start to bring out.
And I have a lot of
capsule
European
collections.
friends that I really want to kind
And
of
so
like
you
show
got gifts
off
to
my
buy them now.
pretend I know.
You got gifts to buy them now.
Now, the next thing is, what are the events I can get involved in? Like, when is this actually coming to fruition? When do we actually play the football in Grand Rapids?
So we kick off next year, 2027. We'll start our season February, but our first home match will be March.
Can I buy when can I buy tickets?
TBD. But you can actually
Can I do season tickets?
Yeah, so we're ready to we're launching season ticket. We have already launched our season ticket.
So I can go online now to
put your money down
deposit.
to get in line to buy season tickets. We're over 3,500 deposits right now, so I'd encourage you to get on the list soon.
Okay.
So right now we're very much in World Cup season, World Cup fever.
So you have watch parties going on?
Yeah, we have watch parties going on right now throughout the group stage. We'll announce more once the knockout rounds of the World Cup start. I've been blown away by the support
Oh
at
my
the
gosh,
watch parties
America's
so far.
done great. I will say I have not watched a single game. I'm sorry to say
I got to deduct a couple points from the sport.
But I have followed the news that the Scottish, because I'm half Scottish, drank out Boston of all of their beer, and that a bunch of Europeans are trying to smuggle back ranch dressing. And isn't there a part of you that's excited that Europeans discovered? Because when ranch dressing is good, I lived in China 20 years, so I kind of forgot about ranch dressing. Then I moved to Michigan and I ordered Jet's Pizza, and they have like
Yeah.
homemade ranch
Yeah.
in the little thing you buy. And it's like,
Jet-
oh,
Jet's
buttermilk.
ranch is
Buttermilk
unmatched.
has a place in the world. May it never lose that place.
Yeah, Jet's Ranch is unmatched.
Yeah. My
But-
cardiologist should not be listening, but no, I mean, so ranch dressing, I do
Yeah.
feel like Europeans should discover like a real homemade. I mean,
Yeah.
I
Well, let's go back-
suspect they're
Let's go back
smuggling
to
home.
the beer
Okay.
in Scotland
sorry.
and Boston, though.
Oh, you don't want it.
That's
Yes,
impressive.
that
That's
the
impressive. After
Scottish
living in Boston
drank
for
out
9
Boston.
years.
I think of Samuel Adams. I think of the Irish in Boston, and I'm like, that is kind of a beer town.
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a takeover like that, like the Scottish have taken over. I don't know if
It's
Bostonians
kind
are
of
going to
why
let them
I'm
leave.
here doing this podcast. Like,
don't
I know.
mean, they might be stuck in
We're
Boston for a
feisty.
while.
You think so? Without beer, I don't think they will. They'll migrate to Chicago or Grand Rapids. We are beer city.
We are.
Oh my gosh, the Scottish are coming. The Scottish are coming. Send out Paul Revere.
We will welcome them in. Absolutely.
We
Scots are
totally
welcome.
will.
The Scots going to have to build a bigger stadium, though.
Oh,
Might have to build.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I'll talk to Grand Action about that and see.
Yeah, could you get that happening with Grand Action? I love, what is Grand Action? Because I didn't learn about this till I moved here. And I believe it is the group of people who work on building out our city in ways like bringing in your club, thinking about an aquarium. What is Grand Action?
Yeah, I mean, essentially, they're the economic development nonprofit that are helping build these massive, important, infrastructures to enhance our great city. Which, I think I'm so excited to be here now because there's so many, projects that are transpiring in this like phase of growth for Grand Rapids. When you look at, to your point, the amphitheater,
Yep.
Amway Stadium. And so, what does the next wave of that look like? And yeah, it's great that, for us to have a firm, an institution, an organization that's so committed to that cause.
I mean, it's really, I will say, like, having lived around the world, left here, come back, I'm constantly shocked by the cultural collateral we have.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's the word, or cultural assets. Like, you look, we have the only professional ballet. We have the volleyball team, Rise. We have the Griffins. You look at what's happening in Grand Rapids, and it's like, oh my gosh, there's so much to do.
Yeah. I mean, that was, you asked me earlier about like moving here,
Yeah.
right? Like those are all things that are appeasing and appetizing about a transplant, moving here. Like I transparently came in extremely cold.
Yeah.
No pun intended. Like just didn't know
It
much
was only
about
January, February.
Right?
Come on, what's cold about our winters?
I didn't know much about Grand Rapids at all, but as I started to learn more, especially coming with, my family a young
Yeah.
family, right? And so many things to do and entertainment options and things to do for kids and being family centric and oriented. Like why not?
I love to hear that. Because, I mean, being from here and leaving, I'm always like, coming back, people are like, what? How do you know all these things going on? And I'm like, I don't know, because I came back, I was new, I was looking to meet people, and you start looking around and it's like, wow, there's a wealth of resources here. So
Absolutely. And again, we talked about earlier, just being able to get things done. And if you have an idea, bring it to the table.
I love that you're here. I love
that
that
I'm here
we
too.
are building a soccer club. Are there other soccer clubs in Michigan? Professional soccer clubs?
So there's one on the east side of the state, Detroit City FC, who
I
plays
am
in
born
a different.
in Detroit, but
They play in a
my
different league.
heartstrings fall with you.
Yeah, well, you're an
Darrius
AC Grand
Barnes.
Rapids fan now. I don't think you.
I'm a
You don't have a choice.
CGR.
You don't have a choice.
I am. I may vote Tigers. I may vote Red Wings.
That's fine.
I don't do sports well, so you've kind of won me over for life. I'm here.
Yeah, it's a pitch.
So I love this. I am so excited to see it. We can go on in the next couple of weeks to the website, get our swag. We could go on now and put down a deposit for season tickets.
Season tickets.
I love this. Christy, my producer, will you make a note? The Art of Awareness is getting tickets. We're inviting everyone. Can we have a free box? And does it come with like lobster tails and shrimp and champagne?
I thought you just want a hot dog.
Oh, did I just overstretch?
Yeah.
Oh wait, I started with hot dogs.
Hot
now
dog
I'm on
stuff
to lobster
else.
tails.
Surf and turf. I got you. Surf and turf.
A little surf and turf. Okay, so I can have a hot dog and like some canned shrimp.
There we go.
No. We will get ourselves some tickets.
Well, we look forward
It's
to having
not
you
going
out.
to be a box seat, but I don't actually like box
You know
seats.
what? We're gonna put you guys in the supporter section. You guys are gonna be there with the.
Oh my gosh, we are.
And we're gonna film it. We're gonna get content. Your
Do we use the number
your
one
first soccer
foam-
game is gonna be in the supporter section.
hands of like number one.
So the supporter section are where like your most avid, rowdiest fans are. These are the ones that are standing all game, cheering.
I hate
smoke,
to say it. You can count on me.
chants. Yes.
Despite not knowing sports, I was a cheerleader
We need you.
for a little
we
bit
need
of time.
you in the supporter section.
I never made varsity because I couldn't do a back handspring.
Well,
But
don't worry. You don't have to do back
that's
handsprings
okay.
in the supporter section.
No. I will come with my pom poms.
Smoke.
We'll have smoke. Yeah. I gotta check it with the fire marshal, but we will.
Wait, we're
we will
gonna
have
have like, what does smoke mean? Is this a soccer thing? I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like smoke, not smoke bombs, but
Like
smoke flares.
bombs, smoke flares.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you get a chance, Google
What are your
supporter
team
section.
colors? Because I need to start figuring out my wardrobe.
To keep
or
it
like-
simple, it's navy, gold, and black.
Navy, gold, and black.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give you exact
I like the navy and
Pantene
black
colors.
combo
Yeah.
because that's often very deciding in my life.
Yeah,
But to be able to wear both together, I like that.
we got style.
President Barnes, I'm so very glad you're here today. You're on a show called The Art of Awareness. And one question we always ask everyone is, what are you currently trying to be more aware of? Or what are you asking of others to become more aware of?
That's a great question. I want myself and others just to be aware of differing opinions and being cognizant and having the ability to have conversations with individuals that have differing opinions, because I
I
feel
love
like
that.
we get very, very binary and very boring if we all think the same. So being able to have conversations, enlightened and
Yeah.
friendly conversations with people that think differently than you.
It's how you learn.
Exactly.
Like friction isn't bad. It's actually how you learn and discover. And
Absolutely.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. This has been a pleasure.
So grateful you've been here. So grateful you're patient with my not understanding soccer. I am sure there are so many people listening that are like, you didn't ask him this, and you didn't ask him this, and you barely know what a pitch and a kit is, much less the positions. But soccer is about community. And like you said, it has this universal appeal. And what I really enjoy is you have me so excited. I will be there with my little black and blue and gold pom-poms and I will root this team on. So
I love
you've
it.
created a fan. Thank you.
I love it. Well, we look forward to having you next year.
And with that, I'm supposed to read us out.
All right.
This is Lori Duthie, and I'm with The Art of Awareness. You can please go onto YouTube and subscribe. Otherwise, you can find us on Apple, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts. Also, please like and follow and rate us. All of this really helps us to raise money for the nonprofits we work with. And beyond that, we're hoping you will stay aware and keep in touch until we see you next time. Thank you.